guys, what is going on? And welcome back to Building Iconic Planes in KSP episode 11. Today we're going to be doing the McDonnell F2H Banshee, which was a single-seat carrier-based jet fighter deployed by the United States Navy, United States Marine Corps, and the Royal Canadian Navy during the years of 1948 to 1961, I presume. From what I'm reading actually here. There was a total of 895 built and mainly used in the Korean War, the Korean War, or Korean standoff, or Korean. You know what? I don't like the East, I don't like the West. Let's have a big fight over it and deal with the fucking shit some other way. But yeah, that's what that was, and that's what we're going to be doing today, building that while I chuck this on top of that, which doesn't really work out because it's not designed to fit at all. So, oh, don't want that there, want that there, and I believe the next little part is in aerodynamics here, which it is right there. So that's the start of the aircraft, obviously, and then we've got a sort of nice back area, which involves various jet fuel, like so, and just a bit of a tail. What can I use for the tail? There's a structural tail. I'll just use the oblong tail, which I think does it justice, kind of. I don't think it gives it complete justice, but I'm just saying that. Alright, so there's that. It also, and then we'll probably do the back stage of the wings, which was just pretty much a basic winglet. As such, that should be a winglet, but who gives a crap? We'll have that as a stabilizer instead. No, we're not, because that sort of looks bad, and I realise that now. So I think what I'll be using is a 2.3 meter stabilizer. No, I will not. I'll be using a 3 times 2.0mm stabilizer, as shown, and then I'll be using a 3 meter winglet. No, I won't. I will be using the original winglets, which are here. I'll be chucking 2 of those on the side of the aircraft, as such, like that. Which leaves the aerodynamics and all that crap there. Alright, so now, of course, on to the actual wings, which we'll be using. We need the engine first, actually, my bad. So for this, I've actually had to go and work out how I was actually going to incorporate this. I didn't exactly want that, because that doesn't really work for it. So what I worked out for this is that I still haven't worked it out actually. That the best option would be not to chuck that on, because I don't even know what the hell that is. Would be to, I seem to have lost it now, what I was going to do. But I'm going to chuck an engine mount first onto here, like so. Followed by a air intake. Which air intake is it? Air intakes are in the aerodynamics area. And we're going to be using... Do I want to be using that? Or do I want to use something more that looks a little bit nicer? But yeah, actually trying to find something that works this way was actually hard. And I think the best way to do it would be to give it a bit of a do that, I guess, and then I'm going to actually do something to cover that up as well. So what I actually might do as well is chuck another structural piece, because I believe it needs to be just a little bit longer. There. Okay, Attach! Why don't you want to attach now? Does not want to attach for some odd reason now. That is strange, so I'm probably going to need to actually redo that now while I'm at it. Nope, what the hell's going on? That's weird. Okay then. We're obviously having some sort of problem. So we'll come right back to that. Alright, so I'm gonna cut the video there, obviously. So I just cut the video then because of some weird glitch thing that really confused me, and I was unsure what the hell happened actually. So hopefully that doesn't happen again because that was really weird. And I was really confused by what actually happened there. Never had that before. That must be some weird glitch thing. I don't know exactly what happened. I hope it doesn't happen again because that was weird. I was really worried, and I actually had to start over again. But oh well, doesn't matter, does it? Jet fuel. Can't have that thing on there, can we? Here we go. Jet fuel. Jet fuel. And we have to waste another 5-10 minutes building the thing all over again because of glitches within the system, which is always fun. But I guess these things happen, so you know, we can't exactly avoid them. So again, here is the basicity of our plane. I'm actually going to save it here so I can actually reload it, which is the McDonnell F2H Banshee. And of course I have done that all in capitals. McDonnell, 2 L's, F2H Banshee KSP edition. Because obviously I have done that. Oh, no, abort launch. Sorry, I did not want to do that. I just wanted to save. Obviously I have something on the runway. Otherwise that's why it obviously told me that I couldn't take it onto the runway. Can one of these be big enough? Yeah, there we go. And I'll just chuck... No. Last page, please. And just chuck 2 of these on right about there. Should do it. Very nicely done. Now, these engines are a little bit weird in the aspect of where they are and how I'm actually going to implement them. At first, I was going to try actually put these on here, but then I realized how am I going to incorporate the engine. And the only way I could actually probably do that would be to chuck this thing on, which is pretty big. So if I did do that, like so, it would look sort of retarded. Maybe I could probably do it that way. I'm not entirely sure how I would actually go around doing this. But if, let's say, if I did do it this way, which I actually might now because it actually looks like it might work alright. Actually, it probably does look like it might work alright. So we're actually going to do that now, which is funny because I wasn't originally going to do that, but now I am. And I think I've said that about 4 times. So let's just do it. Done. Alright, so now of course we need to start going on to the thing, and we're just going to chuck some VTOL engines on it, and there we go. GG, game over, we win. But wouldn't that be bloody crazy? You're flying. It's during the Cold War, and some plane just pulls out jet engine, goes to like a VTOL stage with propellers and shit, and you're just like, what the fuck is going on here? And then of course you die because you've got no idea how to fight against the thing, and you're too confused to try and understand what's going on, or how the hell you can get out of it. Now, using a turbofan jet in this situation looks legitimate because of the way this plane looks structured. So we're actually going to keep those on here, like so. At this stage, I think the plane needs to be longer. Just one block longer, and that'll probably be it. Nope. I wish there was half blocks. Probably needs to be about there in terms of what's going on. So we're going to use the turbofan jet engine things because how much power do they provide again? Let me just have a look at that. Retro booster. That's a solid rocket booster? Okay. I didn't realize that was actually there. And what else do we need? Helicopters. Maybe we should build a helicopter. That would be might be fun to try and build a helicopter. Might try that actually. Might try build a helicopter. Might be fun-ish, I guess. And the wings, of course, need to come on now to the design. Could use a delta wing. Chuck the delta wing on there. Here we go. It's a bit too small to use a delta wing. Maybe. Actually, that wouldn't actually be too bad. Using that right there. Just a little bit. That actually doesn't look too bad, right there. That actually doesn't look too bad, except I think it's just a bit too wide, so I'll definitely am going to bring out the P-wings, because P-wings always help in these awkward situations where you've got to look at some weird design. So, yeah. So I'm going to put them right there. Now, I don't really think these wings are that big, but they are, so I think they become a bit shorter up here. Not that much shorter, they're probably just a bit wide over in that direction. Because that's about straight. Personally, I think it's a bit too wide. I'm going to move this whole thing just slightly a bit forward to compensate for the back bit, because this thing is going to need to be overly compensated for various, and these need to come in just a bit more because of the shape and design. And we're going to need to chuck on some surface controls, obviously. Chuck a winglet on there, it will be good. Yeah, that probably would have been alright using the VTOL jet engines for this job, but oh well. This is what I have chosen, and I will stick to that decision of using that with those still in a negative direction. Chuck 2 of those on, and then what would I put at the side of these? Probably just more of these on the side. Looks like the best way to probably do that. And then there would be that, but I don't think that does it justice, so I'm going to chuck those on the side. There we go. But what I'm actually going to do as well, just to do a bit of covering up of all this, is get these. Like so. that. And just to give it a bit more of a nice look, and it actually helps with the aero design part of the actual plane as well, so it sort of actually helps in the overall design, so that's always helpful. Chuck that there, and chuck that one just in between. Just to give it a bit more of the look, I guess you could say, and it actually helps, again, with the aerodynamicsy part of everything. So as long as this doesn't fall apart and start flying all over the place, we should be good, but this is what struts are for. We're going to be using invisible struts to strut this all together, of course, because invisible struts are awesome. So, whoever made these things is a good person, because they are a wonderful idea. Nope, don't want that. Alright, that should be enough. Enough, I can't even talk. Alright, so that's that. All these things appear to be in a nice condition, and what I actually will add as well is a ladder. Ladders are always good. Protective railing. Okay, that might be useful in building a space station, actually. Okay, I don't exactly know what that is. Or that. Or that. But it is structural fuselage. So, it's obviously something. But what we do need, is a ladder of some form. Where is the ladder? Here it is. Here's the ladder. So I'm going to... How the fuck does this thing? Oh. Yeah, so obviously that doesn't. There we go. Ladders. That is how ladders work, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, so we have one at the front, like so. And I think there'd probably be two just underneath this area here. So, it'd probably be... about there. And I believe we are ready to attempt to fly the McDonnell F2H Banshee KSP edition. I actually have blueprints here as well, so blueprints are always fun to muck around with. I think we're a little bit heavy. A little bit. Not too heavy, but I think we're... Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. There we go. Okay, we're not that bad. We're flying. We are flying. We're a little bit unstable though. Probably because we lost one of these. Which would probably definitely be why, because we seem to be moving to the left of it, obviously indicating that we have a lot more weight to that side. I can't actually pull up as the... Ooh, I think we're going to have to just revert to launch and try that again. for a better attempt. Why aren't the ladders retracted? No, it's not very stable at all. Don't hit that. There we go. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. We are on a slight angle though. And we don't exactly have a lot of front line stability. So we are slightly moving down, but we are moving regardless, so that is always a benefit. It's a lot more stable than our last attempt, which was the LA-15 Soviet plane. So here we go. Got a thrust of 100% on each engine so far. Quite a lot of intake air, so that's always good. So obviously these weigh a bit because we were constantly leaning to the left. And we're not exactly gaining at a high speed, we're only gaining at about 50 meters a second in height, but we are going reasonably. We aren't exactly the most stable plane ever built, so I'm actually going to do that. 2, 1. So we're going 2 times speed now. I'm going to actually just pull this up just a slight bit. Oh shit, no. That's why I probably should be facing that way. And that's at 2 times. 3 times. Can we control ourselves? I hope so. Slightly coming down a little though. So I have to hold that. And 4 times might see us actually spin out of control. Ooh, shit, we're losing it. Aircraft's falling apart. 4 times. Oh shit, slow down, slow down. There we go. We are already catching fire. We're only 13,000 up. We're going at about... We're still gaining speed relatively fast. Going 800 meters a second. Which I believe is hypersonic, so... Well, not hypersonic, supersonic. Hypersonic is a ridiculous speed, apparently, as we continue gaining altitude and speed added to that. And the engines appear to be actually losing thrust. Why are we losing thrust? We have fuel, don't we? Probably because of our rapid gain in altitude or something to do with that, as to why we are... And rapid loss in intake air as well, I guess. Wow, we lost a lot of thrust there. I didn't see that coming. Why has that happened? Is our engines aren't falling off apart, are they? Still got plenty of fuel, have we not? Yeah, we've still got plenty of fuel. We're still gaining altitude, but not very fast. Our engines have just chosen to completely shut themselves off, so that might be a problem with low air intake or something, but that was weird. It's just speeding back up now, slightly, as I continue to gain altitude. I'm just gonna level myself up a bit further. Okay, don't know why they started to cut out. That might be a constraint in the actual they've got built in. Because I am still travelling. at 932 meters a second, and slightly going up. I don't know what's caused the engines to just drop. It's weird, I've never had that before. But, well, this plane's done its job, hasn't it? It's actually flown. I'm trying to work out why, exactly. I have to put myself in about a 40-degree angle, actually, to keep myself even gaining speed. We have essentially no thrust. We have little to no thrust, and we're still gaining speed. I'm gonna just tip us all the way out. We've got 0.2 intake air, and we're currently at 24,000, and still gaining speed, but we barely have any sort of thrust. As I cut the engines, put the engines back up, see what happens then. But our thrust is still pretty shitty, so obviously that is a constraint. I'm going to try to keep the aircraft like that, actually. As we come back in for land. Well, actually not going to land by the time we actually... I'm just going to see what happens. We have Mr. Sherpeck this time, Sherpeck Kerman. So I would say that we have a very wondrous looking plane this time. And actually I might take the screenshot while I'm up here this time, because that looks like a nice time to take a screenshot, actually. So if I do that, and then go F10, there's our screenshot for the video as we come in. Gonna put on some speed as we come in. Try and stop this from falling. As we get up to another 800 meters a second again. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Look at that. That is amazing. If only we had a cockpit view of that, that would be pretty amazing. This would probably actually be a decent design for a SSTO, where we have the two engines here, and then have a jet rocket propelled engine right on the back. Probably actually be a decent design as we intensify the amount of heat coming off the aircraft. That is beautiful. This is what I love about this game. The visual effects, the particles and everything. There it goes. Here comes the... I'm pretty sure that is the supersonic effect or something. I don't exactly know. Still going decently fast. I'm actually going to put ourselves into chase camera. See what that's like. Which of course makes us do this. That's chase camera. In case you didn't know. Where you actually follow the aircraft in the direction you're going. These obviously have thrust vectoring. We're actually going to... Probably should be locking the gimbal on these. And actually makes us not as movable as before, because we don't actually have the... We unlock the gimbals. I'm actually probably going to try and attempt to land it. And that'll be the end of the video once we land this plane. So if you guys did enjoy the video, be sure to leave a like and comment on the sort of aircraft you would like to see next in our Building Iconic Planes in KSP series. And also, if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe if you would like to see more, as I'm always trying to put out new content every week in an effort to gain subscribers as we come in for landing. Ding. Here we go. Kerbal control to Mr. Prick. That's what his name is. Shitprick. Where are you landing? I don't know. In the vicinity of some land. I'm not entirely sure. But, oh shit! I've lost an engine and I've crashed. So, Kerbal control. We have reports of a crash on the continent of. Well, technically the same continent we're on, just a different part of it, because this whole fucking land is connected to one except the Antarctic and all this shit. Actually, the Antarctic's connected too. So, that's it. We crashed into 1,100,000 pieces. I'm going to revert that to launch, actually. And just to give us a nice picture of what's going on here, Mr. Sheeprick is ready for Kerbalness, and that is all, guys. I will see you on the next episode, which will be the F4F Wildcat by Grumman.